My name is Mary Darden. I'm an Integrative Oncology Practitioner, and I've worked with Tennessee Oncology for 8 years. I'm here tonight to talk to you about Integrative Oncology. We have recently opened a program with Tennessee Oncology, and it's really exciting time, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. Integrative Oncology is patient-centered supportive care. What does this mean? Well, we work with patients to develop a personalized plan of care for better health and improved sense of wellness. So patients may be newly diagnosed, they may be undergoing treatment, they may be survivors or even patients with advanced disease. We take all comers. We use evidence-based modalities, including mind-body practices, and some of those include acupuncture and massage. We also provide guidance about use of natural products. Many patients use essential oils for things like relaxation and sleep. They also use supplements, and we like to know what supplements patients take and help guide them as to which ones are safe and which ones are maybe not such a good idea. We talk to patients about spiritual modalities and things that will help with stress management, things like mindfulness and meditation, as well as prayer. We also talk to patients about lifestyle changes, including eating a nutrient-dense diet and physical activity. We know that these activities can lead to better tolerance to treatment and reduce symptoms during treatment, including nausea, vomiting, and pain. We also think that this really helps to empower patients to be more involved in their care. That includes at the beginning of treatment, during treatment, and even beyond. I wanted to start by talking a little bit about some nutritional pearls and some things that are important for all cancer patients to think about. Eating a healthy, nutrient-dense diet is important to maintaining good health. Cancer patients have a number of challenges to obtaining this goal, including lack of appetite, nausea, difficulty swallowing, etc. And it's important to understand that these challenges and meet people where they are. So some basic things to think about. We really believe that eating fresh fruits and vegetables are important. They may not always be the most palatable or, and in some cases, what your body desires when you're going through treatment. And sometimes diet modifications have to be made with that in mind. Fruits and vegetables provide a number of nutrients that our bodies need to be healthy. We recommend 6 to 8 per day, and that sounds like a lot. I oftentimes recommend that patients drink smoothies, and you can actually get 3 or 4 vegetables or fruits into one smoothie. So, that kind of takes away the worry about getting that 6 to 8 in a day. You also want to eat vegetables and fruits that are of a variety of color. Each color actually packs a different nutrient. So the more colorful your diet is, the more nutrient rich it's going to be. You want to try to choose organic or non-GMO products when you can and when they're available. When they're not, just eating the fruits and vegetables is good. You also, if you live near a farmer's market, those are the freshest and healthiest available plants that you can get. If you have to open a package such as a granola bar or a cheese and crackers in a package, those are processed. So try next time to substitute that for something like a banana or an apple. So the next topic that I think is important for oncology patients to think about and to try to incorporate is physical activity into their integrative plan of care. Physical activity can really do a lot of things to improve not only your fatigue, but just your general sense of well-being. You will sleep better. and your mood will tend to be better as well. Some data, which I wanted to mention, and reasons that give us evidence to show that physical activity is a good idea include it increases overall survival. We know that when patients exercise, they actually live longer. We also know that when people are overweight or obese, they tend to have an increased risk of recurrence and poorer overall outcomes. And that's all the more reason, if you do have a weight issue, that you at least try to maintain and not gain additional weight when you have cancer. And one of the ways to do that is to become more physically active. Also, engaging in regular exercise can improve overall just general function and quality of life. Maintaining your activities of daily living and your performance status is so important, and being physically active will help you to do that. There are some benefits to physical activity, including reduction in anxiety, reduced bone loss, less cognitive impairment, less depression and fatigue, less lymphedema. In fact, for those of you who have lymphedema, it can be extremely helpful to do weight-bearing exercise, and even exercise that is vibrating or jumping, and that helps to open and close the lymphatic vessels and helps to drain those vessels. So very, very important with lymphedema to exercise. Also, it can help with sleep disturbance. So when you exercise, your muscles get more blood supply, your brain gets more blood supply, and that also helps to relieve stress. And so when it comes time to lay down and go to sleep, your body will go into a rested state more quickly. You probably already know the answer to this, but if you're feeling tired or unwell, which is better, rest or activity, or physical activity? And of course, physical activity really is the better choice, because than say laying down and taking a nap. You will feel better, and you will you'll speed your recovery if you remain active. I think sometimes some patients struggle with the fact that they're tired, and they really don't feel like, because they're fatigued, they don't really understand that being physically active will help that, but in fact it does. Supplements. A lot of patients ask me about supplements. Supplement use is something that patients feel like they can do to be an active participant and to be doing something active to help while they're undergoing treatment, or even to remain healthy after treatment, or to alleviate some sort of symptom they're having. Are supplements really safe during treatment? Let's start there. Well, that depends. Some supplements are fine during treatment, such as a multivitamin, some vitamin C, as long as it's not really high dose, maybe an omega-3 fatty acid. These are all very commonly used supplements, and they should be fine for use during treatment. Vitamin D is one that is generally very safe when taken as directed. It does help immune function, it helps with body aches, and it also improves fatigue. So if you have a really low vitamin D level, you may want to be on a vitamin D supplement. Not all medical oncologists or even primary care doctors check a vitamin D level, so be your own advocate and ask your provider to draw a vitamin D level. Too much vitamin D, on the other hand, can be toxic, so you do want to have your level checked every so often if you're taking a vitamin D supplement. Melatonin is another supplement that is used quite often for patients who are suffering from sleep disturbance. Actually, melatonin is made in the brain, and we can become deficient in melatonin. Melatonin is generally safe and usually can be taken in higher doses than is usually mentioned on the bottle, although I would recommend that you talk to your provider before you increase your dose. You also, with supplements, you want to look on the bottle to make sure that there's a third-party verification on the bottle and that it has a good manufacturing seal. What that means is that what you're intending to buy has been verified and is actually in the bottle. We sometimes hear, well, they're not regulated, so they're probably not safe. That isn't true. Vitamins are regulated, and if you look for those things I just spoke about, you'll know that you're getting a good product. But there are some supplements that aren't safe, and those include things like St. John's wort. There's a major concern with that one in particular because it does interact with some chemotherapy agents. So we really like to avoid patients taking that, and we make sure to ask each time a patient comes into the office, have you started taking any new supplements? So it's really important to communicate your desire to start a new supplement or to let them know what you are taking. We don't want anything you're doing to work against the conventional oncology care that you're getting from your medical oncologist. And finally, when you're thinking about supplements, you really don't want to take a supplement to supplement something that you could get with food, because food is your best source of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So supplements are fine if you're trying to serve a purpose, but just to be taking them, I would talk with your healthcare provider first. Integrative oncology is an area of supportive care that is available to you if you are interested, and if you'd like to know more, you can talk with your medical provider, your medical oncologist, or your other providers about whether there's integrative oncology in your area. There are also some resources online, including some of the major research hospitals such as Memorial Sloan Kettering and MD Anderson that have integrative oncology training and courses online. So I encourage you to go out and seek out this information, and because I think it will be a great augmentation to your conventional care and will help you to be more active, an active participant in your cancer care.